Hello everybody, Hito here and welcome back to another Infinity Nikki video. Info just won't stop listening to the players and is yet again making an announcement about future improvements and things they're adding to the game. Some of them including things we've been wanting for a while and some things that we wanted added just recently. So let's check this out together. Before we jump into the video, it would mean a lot if you left a like and a comment under the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more Infinity Nikki content. Now let's see what they are spilling the tea about. Now something that I really want to note before we jump into the article is that as somebody who has been sitting on the sidelines, the way the player base has been handling these kinds of feedbacks was not it. You can tell in the way that they are wording some of the, let's say, questions, that some of the feedback points that Infold has been receiving were not worded quite nicely. I think as the player base, we need to be a lot more respectful towards a company that we want something from. That being said, it is also really nice to see that they are so responsive about things. And I feel like the fact that they have shown this not only here, but they have shown this so often in the past should have given us enough clue to just be patient and just give regular feedback because they will listen to us. Let's not be giant a-holes in the future and just keep doing what we're doing and be respectful about it because we will always be met with respect by Infold as well. Now let's check out the article spilling the tea. And here's the first point. This version feels too empty. Once it's live, there's nothing to do and the wait between updates is too long. Please give us more content. Now before I dive anywhere into this question, I want to point something out. People have been complaining about FOMO, which is commonly known as fear of missing out, which means that people don't want to miss out on content. But then why do you want more? That is something that I am genuinely wondering because it doesn't make any sense. But nonetheless, it is nice to see that they are taking the feedback of more content into consideration and want to pack the game with more content for players that genuinely want it. I still hope that they will lay back a bit because at its core, Infinity Nikki is a very laid back game, and I know a lot of people that can't play every game or let alone play only once a week, so having just enough content and not too much for those kinds of people is also very important in my opinion. Nonetheless, seeing that they do want to add more and they are addressing it is good. So let's see what Infold is saying. We heard you loud and clear. Let me update all our stylists on what we've been up to. Right now, we're putting all our efforts into preparing version 1.5, which has been mentioned before as we are going to a new region. In case you guys don't know, every 6 updates we are going to get a region update, which is going to be big naturally. We will receive this update right at the end of April, and it will bring a lot of new features, including the dying feature, multiplayer co-op gameplay, and a brand new location. The brand new location has been mentioned before, so that isn't new, but we now have an official date for both dying and multiplayer, which is definitely awesome. In my opinion, a lot sooner than expected. I really thought we would have to wait at least for multiplayer until version 2.0, but that is really welcoming to see that multiplayer has been fine-tuned this well already. They are also mentioning that we are all obviously awaiting the home feature, but it is a huge project and still needs some fine-tuning, so it won't happen just yet. Honestly, that is fine. I am personally kind of enjoying the thrill of waiting for it, and we are just getting so many other things now. I feel like we don't really have to complain about the house update for now, and we can very confidently wait a few more months. They're also going about the dyeing feature as it lets us customize different parts of an outfit which has been explored in the past. And on top of that, stylists can share and swap their dyeing schemes and can join forces to create something truly beautiful. So that means probably that just like the favorite outfit that we have, we can probably also have a quote-unquote favorite dyeing, and we can maybe even combine them. That sounds really fun. Maybe we can also use the dyeing feature in co-op mode. That would also be extremely fun. It's definitely nice to see that with the customization option, we could also immediately dive in with our friends and play around that with them together. That is definitely a very nice change. Now, talking about multiplayer, they also talked that they will introduce it in the way of a multiplayer map and a brand new location known as Serenity Island. So that is interesting because that implies that multiplayer as of now will not be available everywhere in Mirrorland. And that honestly makes sense because people from various devices have to load into Mirrorland, which doesn't have actual loading zones, by the way, and have to just load everything in one chunk. Especially for mobile players, that can be extremely hard since the data changes a lot depending on where the other player is at. They could have played none of the story and the entire map could look completely different, like the NPCs, the quest log, and that takes a lot out of the devices. So introducing this for now and seeing how it works for different players on different devices is definitely a smart idea, and hopefully we can fully explore Mirrorland with our friends in the future. Serenity Island will be a magical place that is home to our Pisces. On Serenity Island, we can watch bubbles float lazily through the air, dive into a quirky bathing culture. Plus, it's the perfect place to explore the history of the abandoned district and learn more about the Pisces, which is definitely nice. So, just as I theorized, we are not going to get huge region updates every 6 versions, and that makes a lot of sense. That means that one of the new big regions like the Linglong Empire won't be visited until way later. My current theory is that every 0.5 version will give us an expansion to the current region we are in, and then the 0.0 will be a huge new map introduction. In our case, we are still in the Wishfield, which is part of the Highcraft Kingdom. So around December, November, we will probably make it to the capital of the Highcraft Kingdom. And then next year during winter, we will probably make it to the Linglong Empire. It definitely slows down the story a bit, but there is so much to explore in Mirrorland, I don't think it will be that bad. Plus, the pattern will be extremely similar to pretty much all the other games we're playing, Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, Wuthering Waves, so I don't think people will have an issue with that. Now, next up, abilities should no longer be bound to a specific outfit. They should be unbound by collecting the full set or by obtaining a certain number of specific accessories. And to that, Infold does reply that as Nikki gets better at harnessing her whim, after collecting a certain number of ability outfits and completing certain story quests, stylists will have the option to use abilities without needing to wear a specific outfit. And this is odd in my opinion. I don't know why players would want this. I don't know how this is supposed to work, because what people want removed is the mechanics of the game. Nikki uses the outfits to use the abilities. If players mean instead, oh, we can customize the ability outfits, then I'm on board and we need like a specific amount of the ability outfit, the base ability outfit used, I'm okay with that. But telling us that we don't need to collect them anymore, we don't need to use or get them, it doesn't make sense, and also is kind of disrespectful for the people that did collect in the past, because now it just makes it feel kind of useless. So I do hope that the way I theorized will be correct. Up next, we hope to get a preview of the rerun schedule for the Flutterstorm and Blooming Dreams outfit, which, if you didn't know, were the very first 2 limited 5-star outfits. And lo and behold, both outfits will be making a comeback soon. Flutterstorm and Blooming Dreams outfits are set to return during the limited time 4-star resonance periods in version 1.6 and 1.7 respectively. So they won't be returning together, but they are returning actually very soon. I thought we wouldn't get reruns until version 2.0. During the rerun, once your total resonance count reaches 160, including past resonances, I don't know how that's going to work yet, but past resonances will count. I feel like it might be from resonances we have done on this specific banner in the past. We need more info on that, but I would assume past resonances on this specific banner. So if you've pulled in the past, you don't have to start from ground zero with your milestones, which I really like. You'll unlock the exclusive dance move for Flutterstorm and the exclusive decoration Floral Rain for Blooming Dreams, which we didn't have before, I think. So that is really nice. We are getting our first rerun, which is definitely exciting. We will need a bit more info on a few things, especially the past resonance takeover, but I am going to just assume that for people that polled in version 1.0, that will carry over, because it would be a big slap in the face to having done like 159 and you need to do all of those over again. And next up, recently the 5-star outfits have started to feel a little repetitive. It would be great to see a wider mix of styles, not just exclusive to one country. I feel like with this, people already answered their own questions, and that is that we are currently in a specific region with a specific style, so obviously once we travel more, the style will change, but I understand the repetitiveness can get a little tiring. Infold has responded to this, saying that in the future, they'll be mixing things up with more diverse designs for our in-game clothing. We can get ready to see all kinds of new looks like elegant and cozy robes, dashing prince-inspired outfits, beautiful ink-wash Ling Lang designs, and futuristic fashion-forward pieces. And it's exciting to see that all of this stuff is going to be included in it. I am really happy about the dashing prince-inspired looks, because I feel like all of those people that would like to have Nikki be dressed a bit more tomboyish are definitely winning on this. And bringing back sort of a past point is, when will we get the home feature? I'd like to feed little animals, grow some crops, and decorate a space of its own. It would be awesome to build a home from scratch or pick one from a template and be able to personalize it. And Infold hears us on this. This summer, the home feature is coming to us. Soon we'll get to claim our very own corner of Mirrorland. We can build our dream home, grow crops, among many other gameplay possibilities awaiting. So this summer insinuates around version 1.7, 1.9, and since version 2.0 is going to be this big new region, I'm going to put my bet on 1.8. Solid ground, big middle, it's going to be in the middle of summer, it's going to be the perfect time in my opinion. In designing the home feature, Infold wants to seamlessly integrate into the open world experience, so we can expect fresh surprises and creative twists as we build and customize our homes, which is definitely really cool. So a past theory that the island or whichever place we'll be on when we get the home for Nikki will also have areas to explore, which is definitely really cool, because then it doesn't make it as, let's say, boring as the Serenity Pod in Genshin Impact, because that's all there is to that feature, and I like that they are trying to elevate that experience a little bit. If we need inspiration, they will also offer us house templates that we can tweak or totally redesign, giving us plenty of room to create our perfect space. I personally really like that, because I am somebody who hates interior design or furniture design in general. I hate it in Animal Crossing. I didn't have the patience for it in Genshin Impact. It is just not my type of thing, but I love to see finished products. So getting a template is definitely going to be nice for people like me. Now, another point that was kind of surprising to see is that I've seen people requesting collaborations. Because if you guys didn't know, one of the past games had a collab with Sanrio, for example. And that is of course something that players have been wanting in Infinity Nikki. Now the issue is that because Infold is a different company but still is under Paper Games, that the licensing on the collab contract doesn't exactly carry over like this, so Infold has to make a contract with, let's say, Sanrio on their own, which means it just takes a little bit longer, but they are definitely hearing us and they are working on partnerships, including charity and cultural heritage collaborations. On top of that, we're exploring opportunities to team up with other well-known IPs, cue Sanrio. Stylists, get ready. If it all goes smoothly, these awesome collaborations will be here before you know it. It is actually pretty exciting that aside from IP collaborations, they also want to do good with the cultural heritage collaborations and charity events. In my opinion, that is extremely exciting. Now, the next point is fairly recent as it rose up with the Shepherdess outfit, and that is that could you make all those outfit handhelds into separate items, especially the Shepherdess staff? And surprisingly, it is in the works. We've heard your thoughts and ideas about handheld items. Our team is diligently working on thoughtful updates. Please bear with us a little longer. So they haven't said any specifics on how they're trying to fix this. The issue is they can't exactly make this item piece pullable at this point, because it would mean either adding a 10th piece that we now have to pull for, or it would mean merging 2 other pieces together just so that we can replace one. Now, I feel like that's not going to happen. I feel like how they're going to fix it, at least this time around, is that people that have pulled the entire outfit get it as a "you completed this outfit" item. I feel like that will be their way to go around it. I don't know how well it will be received by the player base, but this is just the most logical way I see this happening right now. I could be completely wrong, and there's a way easier way that doesn't include just adding another piece to the gacha pool, or just merging 2 and replacing one. So do let me know if you have any ideas about this. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know it was a lot of waffling this time, but do let me know what you think about this newsletter in the comment section down below. You can also go into my Discord and talk about it there. Everybody is really open. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video, probably for the teaser of version 1.5. Have a good day, everybody. Bye bye.